Notice what happens in your body when you hear the word abundance. Does something soften open, or does a quiet part of you tighten, as if life is asking you to receive more than your nervous system feels safe holding? Perhaps your shoulders rise without your permission. Perhaps your stomach pulls inward. Perhaps your breath becomes a little smaller, not because you do not want more goodness, more support, more ease, but because some tender place inside you has learned that wanting too much can be dangerous. You may have been saying yes with your mind while your body has been whispering, not yet. Not because you are broken, not because you are unworthy, because somewhere inside your system is still trying to protect you from disappointment, from pressure, from being seen, from losing what you finally allowed yourself to love. This is important to hear gently. Abundance is not only a thought you repeat. It is not only a vision you hold, or a number you write, or a dream you chase with tired hands. Abundance is also a state your body must be able to tolerate. Your heart can desire a beautiful life, and still your nervous system can brace against the very opening that would allow it in. Have you noticed how sometimes the moment something good begins to happen, another part of you starts looking for the problem? You are not imagining that. Something in you recognizes the possibility, and something in you remembers the time's possibility was followed by loss, criticism, rejection, responsibility, or fear. So the body tightens, the breath shortens, the mind begins to plan, control, fix, compare, and prepare. And then abundance feels far away, not because life has abandoned you, but because the doorway of receiving has become guarded by a younger part of you that still believes safety comes from staying small. Let that settle for a moment. You have not failed at receiving. You have been carrying an old survival pattern into a new season of your life. You may have been trying to call in more, while your body has been quietly preparing for less. And if that sentence feels true, even in a small way, I want you to feel the compassion inside it. So many people are trying to manifest from a place of pressure. They are writing affirmations with clenched jaws. They are visualizing while their chest is tight. They are speaking prosperity over a body that still expects rejection, still expects struggle, still expects the other shoe to fall. But your heart already knows this. Exhaustion is not alignment. Bracing is not faith. Overthinking is not guidance. And the deeper part of you, the part that has never stopped loving you, is not asking you to become a machine of positive thinking. It is asking you to come home to your body, slowly, kindly, with the tenderness you needed long ago. You do not have to shame the part of you that worries about money. You do not have to silence the part of you that fears change. You do not have to pretend you are relaxed when every cell is quietly alert. Real healing does not begin when you perform peace. It begins when you are honest enough to say, something in me does not feel safe yet, and I am willing to meet that place place with love. Can you feel how different that is? Instead of fighting your fear, you begin to listen to it. Instead of pushing your body to open, you begin to reassure it. Instead of demanding abundance to arrive while you are still living in inner emergency, you create the conditions where receiving does not feel like a threat. The nervous system does not block abundance because it is against you. It protects you because it remembers what once felt unsafe. This is one of the most compassionate truths you can carry. The body is not trying to sabotage your future. It is trying to keep you alive according to information it gathered in the past. If love once came with chaos, your body may tense when love arrives. If money once came with conflict, guilt, or obligation, your body may tighten when money becomes the focus. If being visible once brought criticism, your body may hide when opportunity appears. This is not weakness. This is memory living in the body. And memory can be updated through safety, through repetition, through gentle experience, through the quiet evidence that now is not then. Feel your breath as you hear this. Not forced, not deep, because someone told you it should be deep. Just noticed. The breath that is already here. The breath that has carried you through every season, even the seasons when you did not know how you would make it through. Somewhere deep inside, you have always known that abundance is not supposed to feel like panic. It is not supposed to require you to abandon yourself. It is not supposed to ask you to live in constant urgency, scanning for signs, measuring. Ring your worth by what has arrived, wondering whether the universe has forgotten your address. True abundance has a different texture. It feels spacious. It feels steady. It feels like there is room for your body to soften and still be supported. What if receiving is not something you force yourself into, but something your body slowly learns to trust? What if the next level of your life is not waiting for you to become more intense, more productive, more impressive, more constantly available? What if it is waiting for the moment you stop treating peace as something you must earn after everything else is done? That idea can feel unfamiliar when you have lived for years in survival. When your nervous system is used to tension, calm can feel suspicious. Rest can feel lazy. Ease can feel unsafe. You may sit down for a moment and immediately feel guilty. You may receive a compliment and deflect it. You may get paid and instantly worry about what will go wrong next. You may have a peaceful day and find yourself searching for what you missed. If you recognize yourself here, pause with kindness. This is not a character flaw. This is your body trying to return to a familiar emotional climate, even when that climate hurts. The familiar is not always healthy, and the healthy is not always familiar at first. This is why abundance can arrive in small ways and still feel uncomfortable. The gift comes. and the body asks, "Can I trust this? Can I keep this? What will this cost me? Who will be upset if I have more? Will I still belong if I become peaceful?" You might say quietly, "I am safe to receive slowly. I am safe to let goodness come at a pace my body can hold. I do not have to force the door open. I can become the kind of home where blessings feel welcome." Notice the softness in that. Notice how there is no attack on the fearful part of you. There is no demand that you become someone else by morning. There is simply an invitation to begin again from the body, because the body is where so much of your life is being lived before your thoughts ever form. There is a difference between wanting abundance in the mind and feeling safe enough to hold it in the body. The mind can want the new job, the loving relationship, the financial ease, the creative opportunity, the beautiful home, the freedom to rest. And the body may still say, "If I have more, more will be expected of me. If I receive more, I might lose control. If I become visible, I might be judged. If I stop struggling, I may not know who I am." This is the quiet place where many sincere seekers get stuck. They think they need more desire, more discipline, more spiritual technique. But often what is needed is more capacity. Capacity is the inner room to hold what you are asking for without collapsing, gripping, rejecting, or turning it into another reason to fear. Capacity is built gently, like a cup being widened, not shattered, like soil being softened before the seed is placed inside it. And this is where relaxation becomes sacred. Not relaxation as escape, not relaxation as denial, not pretending everything is fine when your life needs attention. Relaxation as a signal to the body that you are here, that this moment can be met, that you are not alone inside yourself anymore. When your jaw unclenches, when your shoulders drop, when your belly is allowed to exist without being pulled in, your system begins receiving a new message. I do not have to fight life right now. What happens inside you when you stop fighting life for one breath? Not forever, not perfectly, just for this breath. Perhaps the mind still has questions. Perhaps the bills are still there. Perhaps the grief is still tender. Perhaps the next step is not yet clear. And still, for this one breath, your body can learn that it is possible to be with reality without being consumed by it. That is where abundance begins to flow naturally. Not always as sudden money, not always as dramatic proof. Often it begins as the return of your own energy. It begins as clearer thinking. It begins as the ability to make one kind choice instead of 10 frantic ones. It begins as noticing support you were too tense to recognize. It begins as sleeping a little more deeply, asking for help a little more honestly, saying no without explaining your worth, saying yes without apologizing for your desire. These are forms of abundance too. Peace is abundance. Time is abundance. A regulated breath is abundance. A body that no longer interprets every delay as rejection is abundance. A mind that can rest between solutions is abundance. A heart that does not have to chase love to feel real is abundance. And when these forms begin to return, the outer forms often have more room to meet you, because you are no longer pouring your entire life force into defense. You are no longer using all your energy to prepare for disaster. You are no longer mistaking tension for responsibility. You become available to guidance, to creativity, to connection, to wise action, to opportunities that require presence rather than panic. There is a world of difference between inspired action and survival action. Survival action says, if I do not fix this immediately, I am not safe. Inspired action says, I can take the next honest step from the ground beneath me. Survival action drains the body before the work even begins. Inspired action includes the body as a companion. Survival action is fueled by fear of what will happen if you stop. Inspired action is guided by the quiet dignity of what becomes possible when you trust yourself. Can you remember a time when something came to you more easily because you were not gripping it so tightly? Maybe a conversation unfolded at the perfect moment. Maybe an idea appeared while you were walking, washing dishes, resting, or watching light move across a wall. Maybe help came after you finally admitted you could not carry everything alone. Maybe your body knew the answer before your mind finished making the list. This is not laziness. This is the intelligence of a regulated system. When you relax, perception widens. When you feel safer, you can see more options. When you are not bracing for danger, you can notice the doorway that has been opened beside you. The river does not become more powerful by hardening. It moves because it remains fluid. It finds the low places, the openings, the hidden paths through stone. Your life has that same intelligence when you stop turning yourself into stone. Let your shoulders soften if they are ready. Let the back of your tongue release from the roof of your mouth. Let your hands remember they do not have to hold everything at once. You might notice a small resistance even to this invitation, and that is okay. We are not forcing relaxation. We are becoming trustworthy to the parts of us that never learned how to relax. This is the practice. Not one grand spiritual performance, but many small moments of returning. You return when you notice your breath. You return when you soften your eyes. You return when you stop making fear wrong and begin asking what it needs. You return when you choose the gentler thought, not because you are denying reality, but because cruelty has never made you more powerful. You return when you remember that your body is not an obstacle to manifestation. It is the instrument through which life is received. The practice is not to chase prosperity harder, but to create an inner home where prosperity feels welcome. Think about that for a moment. If abundance knocked at the door of your life, would it find a home filled with constant self-criticism, urgency, and fear? Or would it find a place where there is enough space to sit down, enough warmth to be held, enough trust to stay? This is not about judging yourself. It is about becoming conscious. Many of us were never taught to be a peaceful home for goodness. We were taught to earn, prove, compete, prepare, apologize, overgive, and keep moving. We were taught that our value came from being useful, strong, pleasing, successful, needed, or endlessly available. So when life offers rest, we do not always know how to receive it. When life offers support, we may feel suspicious. When life offers love without chaos, we may question whether it is real. Have you noticed how abundance becomes easier to recognize when you are not at war with yourself? The cup of tea feels warmer. The ordinary kindness lands more deeply. The idea that once felt impossible becomes approachable. The money that arrives is not immediately swallowed by fear. The compliment is allowed to enter. The silence is no longer empty. It is restorative. The future is no longer only a battlefield. It becomes a field. This is how your inner home changes, room by room, breath by breath, choice by choice. You do not need to renovate your entire life in one day. Perhaps today you open one window. Perhaps today you clear one corner. Perhaps today you stop speaking to yourself as if fear means failure. Perhaps today you allow one good thing to be good without immediately preparing for it to disappear. I once heard of a woman who would receive money and feel panic before gratitude. Every payment, every gift, every increase became a list of possible losses in her mind. She thought she had a money problem, but slowly she realized her body associated more with more danger, more visibility, more responsibility, more disappointment if it went away. So she began pausing before spending, saving, planning, or worrying. She would place both feet on the floor, breathe once, and say, I can let this be here. Not forever, not perfectly, just here. Over time, the money did not become magic. She became safer to herself around it. And that changed the way she moved through every decision. And this is important because some part of you may still believe that struggle makes you deserving. You may carry the old idea that if something comes gently, it cannot be trusted, or that if you do not suffer enough, you have not earned the blessing. But what if life does not require your suffering as payment? What if your worth was never measured by how much tension you could survive? What if ease is not the absence of devotion, but the presence of alignment? Let that question touch the places in you that are tired of proving. You have proven enough. You have survived enough. You have carried enough invisible weight. And while effort has its place, while discipline can be loving, while practical care matters deeply, your soul did not come here to live as a clenched fist. Your soul came to open wisely, gradually, beautifully, in ways your body can trust. As you begin to soften, you may notice that abundance first arrives as peace, clarity, time, support, or a gentler choice. It may arrive as the courage to cancel what drains you. It may arrive as the humility to ask a question. It may arrive as the sudden realization that you do not need to respond immediately. It may arrive as a quiet urge to clean your space, drink water, go outside, tell the truth, forgive yourself, or stop checking for proof every few minutes. These small arrivals matter. Please do not dismiss them because they are not dramatic enough. The nervous system is healed by consistent signals of safety, not by being overwhelmed with evidence it cannot digest. A small good thing that you can actually receive is more powerful than a large imagined thing that keeps you in panic. A gentle blessing that lands in the body can teach you more about abundance than 1,000 forced declarations spoken from fear. What if you allowed abundance to begin at the level of sensation? Warmth in the hands, breath in the ribs, weight in the chair, feet on the ground. A moment while here the mind is not racing quite as fast. A moment where you remember, I am here. I am allowed to be here. I do not have to leave myself to be supported by life. Your capacity expands through relationship with your body, relationship with your choices, relationship with life, relationship with the unseen support that many traditions have spoken of in different ways. Whether you call it divine love, universal grace, inner wisdom, or simply the quiet intelligence of the present moment, there is something that meets you when you stop running from yourself. And perhaps this is the sacred shift your soul has been waiting for. Not more pressure, not more proving, but a body that finally believes life can be kind. Imagine what changes when your first response to desire is not panic, but curiosity. Imagine what changes when success does not mean losing yourself. Imagine what changes when money is allowed to be a tool, not a verdict. Imagine what changes when rest is no longer something you steal, but something you honor. This does not happen all at once, and it does not need to. The flower does not shame itself for opening one petal at a time. Dawn does not rush across the sky to prove it is light. Your system, too, has its own sacred pace. Some days you will feel open. Some days old fear will return. Some days you will breathe deeply and feel held. Other days you will need to begin again with the smallest possible kindness. That is not going backward. That is how safety becomes real. There may be moments in the coming days when you notice yourself tightening around a desire. You may catch the old impulse to plan every outcome, earn every blessing, apologize for every need, or prepare for loss before goodness has even arrived. In that moment, you might not need a dramatic ritual. You might simply pause and say, I see the part of me that is trying to protect me. Thank you. We are learning a new way now. Those words can become a bridge. Not because words alone fix everything, but because loving attention changes the inner atmosphere. When you stop attacking your fear, fear no longer has to shout so loudly. When you stop abandoning your body begins to trust your presence. When you stop turning abundance into a test of your worth, receiving becomes less heavy. Your worth is not waiting at the end of your healing. Your worth is here, in the middle of the process, here while you are learning, here while your hands still tremble sometimes, here while your mind still returns to old worries, here while you are practicing softer thoughts and steadier breaths. You are not worthy only when you are calm. You are worthy as you learn calm. You are not loved only when you are abundant. You are loved as you remember that abundance can include you. Feel that in the body if you can, not as a concept, as an invitation. The body may not believe everything at once, and that is fine. Let it receive one drop, a small truth. One sentence that does not demand too much. I can be gentle with myself and still grow. I can relax without giving up. I can receive without owing my soul away. I can let life support me in ways I am still learning to recognize. This is where natural flow begins. Natural does not mean effortless in every moment. It means less divided, less inner war, less pushing against yourself, more coherence between what you desire, what you believe you are allowed to have, and what your body feels safe enough to hold. When these begin to move together, you may feel less need to chase. You may still take action, but the action has breath inside it. You may still plan, but the plan is not wrapped around your throat. You may still desire, but the desire is no longer a wound begging to be proven worthy. That balance is abundance. The ability to stand in the present moment and still allow expansion. The ability to bless what is here and still make room for what is becoming. The ability to feel gratitude without using it to silence your honest needs. The ability to dream without leaving your body behind. Consider the soil before spring. It does not look busy from the surface. It may look empty, quiet, even forgotten. But underneath, life is loosening. Roots are listening. Moisture is gathering. The unseen is preparing what the eye cannot yet celebrate. Your relaxation can be like that soil, quiet, humble, rich with unseen movement. You may not always see the evidence immediately, but inside the conditions are changing. And when the conditions change, your choices change, your voice changes, your tolerance for chaos changes, the opportunities you notice change, the relationships you accept change, the way you handle money changes, the way you speak to your own reflection changes. This is why nervous system relaxation matters so deeply. It is not separate from abundance. It is the ground that allows abundance to be experienced without fear. You are allowed to build that ground slowly. You are allowed to make your life friendlier to your body. You are allowed to reduce noise, simplify commitments, create pauses, protect your sleep, seek support, receive professional care when needed, and honor what your body and trusted helpers guide you toward. Spiritual practice is not meant to replace the care that supports your whole human life. It is meant to walk beside it, adding tenderness, meaning, and inner companionship. There is no shame in needing support. There is no shame in learning regulation as an adult. There is no shame in realizing that what you called ambition was sometimes fear wearing impressive clothing. There is no shame in wanting a softer life. A softer life can still be powerful. A regulated body can still be devoted. A peaceful person can still create, earn, build, serve, lead, love, and expand. In fact, they often do so with more clarity because they are no longer burning themselves as fuel. Take a moment here and song to notice the space around your heart. Maybe it feels open. Maybe it feels protected. Maybe you feel nothing at all. All of it is welcome. There is no correct spiritual response. There is only this honest moment and your willingness to meet it without judgment. That willingness is already a form of abundance. Attention is abundance. Compassion is abundance. Presence is abundance. Let those words be simple. Let them be human. Let them meet the part of you that has tried so hard for so long. You do not need to believe them perfectly for them to begin working gently inside you. A seed does not need applause to open. It needs the right conditions. Your words, your breath, your choices, your boundaries, your rest, your willingness to stop fighting your own body. These are conditions. And in those conditions, abundance flows more naturally because you are no longer gripping the channel closed. You are no longer confusing tension with devotion. You are no longer making fear the manager of your future. You are learning to let your body participate in your becoming. You are learning that manifestation is not an escape from the human experience. It is a deeper intimacy with the life moving through you. Perhaps today the flow looks like one clear idea. Perhaps it looks like a peaceful conversation. Perhaps it looks like the courage to check your finances without attacking yourself. Perhaps it looks like resting before you collapse. Perhaps it looks like letting someone help. Perhaps it looks like noticing beauty without needing to possess it. Perhaps it looks like forgiving yourself for all the years you thought you had to be tense to be safe. That forgiveness matters. The old version of you was not foolish. The old version of you adapted. The old version of you learned how to survive in the conditions that existed then. We do not shame that self. We thank that self. We place a loving hand on the story and say, "You carried me here." And now, with reverence, we are allowed to learn something new. You are allowed to learn that peace can be productive in ways pressure never was. You are allowed to learn that receiving can feel calm. You are allowed to learn that abundance does not have to arrive wrapped in emergency. You are allowed to learn that your body is not behind. It is wise. It has been waiting for you to stop dragging it toward a future it did not yet feel safe enough to enter. So enter gently, enter with breath, enter with patience, enter with respect for the pace of your healing. There is no need to force the gate. There is no need to scold the guard. The guarded part of you relaxes when it knows you will not abandon it. And as it relaxes, the gate opens from the inside. This is the natural flow, not a performance, not a chase, not a desperate bargain with the universe, a softening, a remembering. A return to the inner truth that you were never meant to live as though life was only something to survive. You were meant to receive beauty, guidance, nourishment, friendship, rest, creativity, resources, and love in forms your whole being can hold. Somewhere in you, that truth is already known. Perhaps it has been buried beneath years of urgency, but it is not gone. It rises in quiet moments. It appears in the breath after crying. It appears when you hear a sentence that feels like a door opening. It appears when you realize you do not want to fight yourself anymore. It appears now as your body listens for permission to stop preparing for harm and begin preparing for kindness. Let this be that permission, if your heart is ready. Not permission from outside you, but permission remembered within you. You may relax a little. You may receive a little. You may stop turning every desire into pressure. You may allow life to meet you without demanding that you prove your exhaustion first. This is how abundance becomes natural. It flows through the places that are no longer at war. It enters the rooms where shame has been replaced with compassion. It moves through the breath that no longer apologizes for taking space. It gathers around the choices that honor your energy. It rests in the body that is learning, little by little, that receiving does not mean danger. Receiving can mean home. So let your body become a home for what is kind. Let your breath become a welcome mat for peace. Let your thoughts become less like alarms and more like windows. Let your hands open, not because you are forcing faith, but because you are tired of holding fear so tightly. You do not have to open all at once. A small opening is enough for light to enter. And as that light enters, may you remember that abundance was never only outside you, waiting to be chased. It has also been inside you, waiting for enough safety to be felt. It has been waiting in your tenderness, your resilience, your ability to begin again, your willingness to soften after so many years of being strong. It has been waiting in the quiet intelligence of your body, the steady devotion of your heart, the part of you that still believes life can become gentler. Let that part lead now. Let it lead without force. Let it lead with breath, with trust, with one honest step at a time. Your nervous system does not need to be perfect for abundance to move. It only needs moments of safety, repeated with love until peace becomes less foreign and receiving becomes less frightening. And perhaps tonight or tomorrow or in some ordinary moment you could not have planned, you will notice it. A softer breath, a kinder choice, a chance you do not push away, a blessing you allow to land. A moment when your body does not brace quite as quickly. A moment when you realize that life is not asking you to chase so hard anymore. It is asking you to open where you can, to rest where you can, to receive what you can, to trust, not as a demand, but as a practice. And in that practice, gently, naturally, beautiful. Abundance begins to feel less like something you must hunt down and more like something that can finally find you at home within yourself.